And so next is course approach, and I'm actually going to split this up into multiple chunks here. So I'll read it first. Course approach. This class is not taught entirely in the classic passive lecture style. There's a large amount of scientific research on how people learn. Research shows people do not always learn best through lectures. Research shows that 1, students learn better with active participation in groups compared to learning alone. 2, students learn better in active learning classrooms compared to traditional lecture classrooms. 3, active learning classrooms can decrease failure rates by 45%. And 4, students in active learning classrooms have more positive outlooks on their learning. Research also shows that different people learn differently. I will be using a variety of evidence-based teaching tools to address the different learning preferences of students in class. This includes various things like watching lecture videos, completing hands-on activities at home, participating in online peer reviews, and doing group work via Canvas. Some of the learning styles might not fit you, but many will. Please know that I am using the best possible information to help you be a successful learner in this course. So I wanted to take a moment to address this. Despite this class being online, or maybe it's hybrid, or at least a big chunk of the class is online, and presented to you in a YouTube type of format with videos that you'll need to watch, which are basically like lectures. This class is not designed for you to just be listening to lectures or reading a text and then regurgitating that information. As mentioned here, research shows us that that is actually not the best way for students to learn. Now, with the online component, we are still approaching this in a way to help you learn best, which means active participation, which means that you will need to do hands-on laboratory exercises, which means that you will need to interact and perhaps do some peer reviews or do some different types of group work. But there are going to be multiple different types of assignments in this class. So sometimes that requires printing something out and labeling an image. Sometimes that requires printing out or writing up or creating your own slips of paper that you need to put together for matching, and it's required that you actually physically do that so you get that physical piece to it and you're not just copying and pasting or typing. Sometimes that means you will be expected to draw something, not perfectly, but draw something to show your understanding of the material. And then also peer reviews, to be able to review other students' work, because that's, again, another way of assimilating the information. Another way of understanding the information is taking a student's work, taking the answer key, and then seeing where there are discrepancies between the work that they've submitted and the answer key, and then allowing yourself to then kind of be the teacher role where you have to understand what that student is presenting and see if you can understand if they understand the topic. And that's just another way to learn the material, another way to get that kind of in the brain. And these are all evidence-based teaching tools to address these different types of learning styles. And I'm going to do the best that I can to make sure that everybody is successful. And again, some of these you might not like. So you might not like to draw, and that may not be helpful to you. However, that may be the best thing for another student. So just understand that I'm approaching the course in a more of a holistic way to approach all different types of learners in this specific class.